Trump's State of the Union speech sparked a wave of strong reactions across Washington, and the political temperature rose quickly after the address. Many critics said the speech felt scattered, off-topic, and disconnected from the everyday concerns people are dealing with. Members of both parties questioned whether the president clearly explained the real condition of the country, and among the loudest voices responding was Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, who strongly criticized the speech and the message behind it. He argued that instead of addressing serious national challenges, the president focused more on praising himself and presenting an overly optimistic picture of the country.
Mr. President,
I recognize
I
the
ask
Democrat
unanimous
leader.
consent the quorum be dispensed with.
Without objection.
Mr. President, last night was not America's State of the Union. It was Donald Trump's state of delusion. For 2 long hours, the president stood in the House chamber congratulating himself, inflating his own ego, but offering no solutions to our country's many problems. He's in a bubble. He doesn't even have a clue about what the average American family is going through. Donald Trump patted himself on the back so many times, I thought he'd fall down. While Donald Trump kept claiming that America is back and that we're, quote, winning so much we don't know what to do about it, that's only half true. We are not winning so much, but he sure has no idea what to do about the problems in America, and he admitted it right there himself. People back home were asking something different than what the speech addressed. They're asking, what about my electricity bill? How am I going to pay for my groceries? How am I going to afford a doctor? Donald Trump ignored all these things during his speech last night. Frankly, I've never heard a State of the Union speech, and I've heard quite a few, where the president's rhetoric and the country's reality were so far apart. Instead, Donald Trump spent most of his speech focused on the accomplishments not of his administration, but on the accomplishments of other Americans whose accomplishments he has nothing to do with. We're all proud of the men and women hockey teams that just won golds in the Olympics. We're all proud and grateful of our veterans. They deserve honor. But Donald Trump didn't have anything to do with these accomplishments. He had so little to say about what he accomplished that he had to just go on and on about accomplishments of others. And folks back home want to hear about what the president is doing to help with their problems.
That response from Chuck Schumer reflects a broader frustration we're seeing among many Democratic lawmakers right now. He's drawing a clear line, accusing the president of misleading the public and failing to address serious issues like rising costs, healthcare concerns, and economic pressure on families. According to Schumer and others, the speech avoided direct answers and focused more on celebration than solutions. The address included bold claims about progress while leaving out detailed plans for the challenges Americans are facing every day. Supporters of the president, of course, see things very differently. They argue the speech highlighted achievements and showed confidence in the country's direction. But what's clear is that the divide between the two sides has only grown wider since the address. Schumer also pointed to fact checks and legal disputes that he says contradict several claims made in the speech. He suggested that instead of responding to criticism or correcting the record, the president often pushes back by attacking opponents, the media, and even members of his own party. For Schumer, this isn't just about policy disagreements. He framed it as a question of leadership and responsibility. He went further, openly calling on the president to step down, arguing that the country cannot afford continued division at such a high level of government.
They don't want to hear a fantasy that everything is going great. But it got worse. Trump didn't simply ignore the affordability crisis, he mocked it yet again. The average American sitting at their table trying to figure out how they're going to pay that damn bill was furious that he said it doesn't matter. It's truly stunning to watch a billionaire like Donald Trump make fun of people's financial struggles during a State of the Union speech. The guy doesn't have a clue. He's in a bubble so thick he can't hear what people are going through. And of course, he lied about the economy. This man is an inveterate liar. Everyone knows that. He said last night that manufacturing jobs gone way up. That's a lie. Manufacturing is down by 100,000 jobs since he took office. He bragged last night about job creation. Well, job creation is at its lowest point in over 20 years outside of a recession. Its lowest point in 20 years, and he brags about it.
Those remarks show just how intense the political battle has become. Many Democratic leaders say the president's words have increased polarization across the country and damaged trust in government institutions. They argue that leadership requires honesty, accountability, and a clear understanding of what ordinary people are experiencing. At the same time, this moment is also revealing divisions within American politics itself. Some leaders are taking a more moderate approach, calling for stronger oversight and accountability, while others want more aggressive action and bigger changes in leadership. The debate is not just about one speech, it's about the direction of the country, the future of political leadership, and what voters expect from those in power. Supporters of the president continue to defend his record, pointing to economic policies, national security actions, and promises they believe are being fulfilled. But critics say the gap between the administration's message and the reality many families face is becoming harder to ignore. Rising living costs, healthcare access, and economic uncertainty remain major concerns for millions of Americans, and lawmakers are under pressure to respond. Schumer's broader argument is that the presidency demands integrity, restraint, and a commitment to truth. He says Americans deserve leadership that focuses on solutions rather than self-praise. Whether people agree with him or not, his comments highlight the growing tension in Washington and the high stakes of today's political climate. As the next elections approach, these debates are likely to shape the national conversation even more. Questions about economic policy, leadership style, and the country's future direction are becoming central issues that both parties will have to address. Voters are watching closely, and the pressure on political leaders is only increasing. What happens next remains uncertain, but one thing is clear. The reaction to this State of the Union has intensified the political divide and sparked serious discussion about accountability, leadership, and the path forward for the United States. And that's the latest on the reaction coming out of Washington. Let me know what you think about this situation down in the comments. Do you agree with the criticism, or do you think the president's speech delivered the right message? Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss the next update. See you in the next video.